To Australia, where Teen Countdown has secured this video that shows exactly how Google's planning, there it goes, to get your products from its drones safely down to your doorstep. So as you see, there appears to be, it's not exactly a winch, but these are the fruits of Project Wing, the autonomous delivery drone service just approved yesterday by the FAA, or at least it was revealed by Google that happened. So what can it do? Well, Google's solution to avoid having to land the drone, placing it, of course, in potentially harm's way from thieves or cars smashing it or having to drop its payload, potentially damaging it. As you can see, the suggestion was, and the solution, that this almost magnetic hook that holds on to whatever it is that you're delivering then suddenly releases it all the way down and gently lets it go. Well, now that Wing has the same certification smaller airlines even get, the company is looking to start running deliveries of smaller items in 2 rural communities in Virginia within the next few months. Could this be an investment boon? Robert Wolf is already one step ahead. He's co-founder and chairman of Measure, a drone service company that helps corporations deploy drones at scale. Great to see you. Drones are already a multi-billion-dollar industry, but first, I need to get your gut reaction on what Google has achieved with Wing.
I think it's great, and I think you're going to see Amazon, Uber, Lyft, and others follow, and we'll see what FedEx and UPS does. It's in the delivery system business, but I want to be clear, we're not going to have the Jetsons in New York City overnight. This is really for rural areas or last mile delivery. It's not going to go to the urban areas where privacy and urban. But I think it's smart. I mean, they've been spending a long time getting it, and I'm glad the regulators finally have done something in this space.
Well, what Google got was an air carrier certification, and what that enables them to do with these drones is state-to-state delivery as well as overseas. These are electric drones, so I don't know, what the charge is and how far they'd be able to fly. But what does it do for a burgeoning industry that we'd love to see? Because it is, of course, a job creator, a capital creator. But do we want to see the skies over America look like, the Birds, the movie The Birds?
I mean, there's a lot of different questions in there. I would say, one, it's good for commerce, right? Because it's less expensive than a truck driving miles out to deliver one package. I mean, they got permission to do things that other drone carriers are not allowed to do because they didn't want to go through all the different FAA requirements that other drone companies want to be. Number two, I mean, I think it's the good and the bad with respect to jobs, right? It's disintermediating field service, but it's adding a different technological service. So I think what you're going to see is a lot of former military pilots, what we do at Measure, get into the drone space. That's a great, for all these pilots. And as far as autonomy, autonomy's really in quotes. It's a geosphere mapping, but you still have someone with the joystick.
Well, that's where you come in with Measure. Yeah. You have a lot of official pilots who know exactly what they're doing here. How do you see your business benefiting from this? But I do also have to ask you, did Amazon have a gut punch moment when they saw that Google got FAA approval? Because Amazon has been for years working on drone delivery.
My guess is Amazon's not that far behind.
Okay.
I got a feeling
but they're behind.
No one's going to short Amazon on something like this. Yeah, I think Google is first, but I think also you have to think there's every other delivery and car service company that is looking at this.
I do have to, because
when you asked me about Measure.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What we're doing is much more on enterprise. So we're looking at solar farms and wind turbines and transmission lines and architecture. So our idea is, how do you really inspect and then use that imagery for data analytics?
Because you were a big supporter and advisor to President Obama, and you're in the political world.
I am.
Tomorrow's the big day for
Uncle
Vice President Joe Biden. Tell me if we're wrong here, but it looks like there's a little bit of discombobulation. It was supposed to be today in Charlottesville. Now it's tomorrow via video. Why? I mean, he's known all along that this was a possibility.
Listen, I think irrespective of the day, we know he's getting in, and when he gets in, that will be a good day because many people think he is the best candidate to beat President Trump in the Democratic Party. That being said, getting through 20 people is going to be like, running through the jungle. We have no idea how this is going to end up. And I think, you know, I'm proud that Joe's going in. I wish he went in 2015 and 16, but obviously with his son, he just wasn't ready. I think now you have both his heart and mind ready to go.
Recent polls right now, we're talking about Real Clear Politics, have him at nearly 30%. Closest is Bernie Sanders at 23%.
Well, I like that poll because I'm friends with, you know, 5 of the 6, and so I'm okay with, you know, most of those. Listen, as you know, I'm not on the populist left, and so I think there's a whole debate within the party is, you know, many people think Bernie's the front runner and not Joe Biden, and Joe Biden has best name recognition, but you cannot underestimate what Bernie Sanders did with raising money and his grassroots following.
Robert Wolf, thank you so much for
Great
talking
to be on.
drones and politics all together.
2 different things.
Good to see you.